Mario de Josefa, que solo come pecado. Si le dan otra cosa, lo rechaza bravado. Si le dan otra cosa, lo rechaza bravado. Yo no quiero mondongo, ni platanito asado. Que yo no quiero guajito, ni platanito asado. Yo quiero que me den mi pecado guisado. Yo quiero que me den mi pecado guisado. Y patacón pisado, y patacón pisado, y patacón pisado, y patacón pisado. Dame patacón pisado, mami. Josefina le pone blanco sofisticado, que Josefina le pone blanco sofisticado, pero no se lo come, él reclama pecado, pero no se lo come, él reclama pecado. Y si me dan otra cosa, quieren verme enojado, y si me dan otra cosa, quieren verme enojado, y saben que me gusta mi pecado guisado, si saben que me gusta mi pecado guisado. Y patacón pisado, patacón pisado, y patacón pisado, patacón pisado. Me dije que si no entiende lo que es patacón, te digo que lo que quiero es tostoncito, mami. Platanito frito. El otro día en la casa tuvieron invitados. El otro día en la casa tuvieron invitados. Hubo comida fina, pero no hubo pecado. Hubo comida fina, pero no hubo pecado. Se paró de la mesa, gritando emberracado. Se paró de la mesa, gritando emberracado. A mí me dan mi pecado, guisao, que me den mi pecado. A mí me dan mi pecado, guisao, que me den mi pecado. Y patacón pisao, patacón pisao, y patacón pisao, y patacón pisao. ¡Hey! Métele mano ahora, con la palma otra vez. Sí, así, pa, pa, pa. ¡Hey! Pa, pa, pa. Sí, patacón pisao, patacón pisao, que me den mi pecado, que me den mi pecado, ay, que me den mi pecado, que me den mi pecado, otra vez,
Well, good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, and good night if it's night. And a big hearty salam alaikum to each and every one of you that's listening to us live or will be listening to us in archives. Well, I gotta tell you that the news has been rough. Some places in the northern United States are dealing with freezing weathers. From what I hear, some places even have 40 below zero temperatures. I gotta tell you, keep warm, keep warm. because it is cold as some people's souls out there. Of course, to some people it won't be no big change because they got cold hearts and cold feet and cold everything. Well, today I plan to share a little bit of warmness with you. My latest Facebook post have stirred up, as they say, the pot. The last thing I wanted to do was stir up the pot. I just wanted to give people a little bit of understanding as by taught to me. Lord knows if you do not like my observations or my way of teaching people things, by all means do turn the page. It is a function that many people have forgotten. How to glance away, how to get away, how to ignore. See, some of my teachings may sound as harsh or maybe sometimes cold. Sometimes it may sound like it is directed to you, but they're just posting observations that I say from my heart. But as my friend Levi Bayu often says, a hit dog will bark or will holler. My question today on social media was, and I'm going to say it word per word, a quick question for Facebook Live readers. Do you believe in spiritual portals? Do you believe in spirit? And if yes, why are you doing readings on your bed? I was taught that readings should never be done on one's bed because you are opening portals unto your sleeping and resting place. Your reading should be done in a place that is protected from all the spiritual caca you're dealing with. And your tools should be cleaned after every reading. The funny thing is that you're always wondering why stuff is going wrong. Anyway, have a good day. Why do you say that I made this post? Well, because lately I've been seeing a lot of Facebook Lives with good readers, some not so good readers, and some people that shouldn't be reading at all. But nevertheless, that is not my business. My business is to tell why is it that I believe, Candelo Kimbisa believes, that you should not do readings on your bed. See, guys, because if you believe in spirit, or you're being led by spirit, or these people's negative spirits or energies are coming through to your cards, or your reading tools, it should not be done on your bed because these are portals. Yes, portals, doorways to the spiritual world. And all the negativity attributed to that world will be laying right on your bed. Yes, some people say, well, my bed is protected, my this is protected, my that is protected, but you're opening up a portal, a door, or door to the spiritual plane. Now, I was also taught then when doing readings for people, you should clean yourself and clean your tools right after, so that the spiritual energies, whether negative or positive, do not stay with the person. It's very simple. It's very basic. But of course, some people take it to heed to think that I am solely speaking about them. In no way, form, or shape am I talking about any particular person. I am speaking about observations that I see online. See, guys, also, when we do spiritual cleanings, healings, and things of that sort, do you think that these energies that were taken away from people just go into the air and dissipate and disappear into a million molecules and somehow are never seen again? Of course not. They may leave that certain person, but after you do that spiritual work, you must clean your home, you must clean the space, you must clean yourself from the energies that you have so-called to clean this person from. See, because there is too much spiritual caca out there in the hemisphere. We as spiritual workers, or at least the ones that have been taught properly, know to clean themselves, know to put certain protection amulets at the doors of their businesses, of their homes, of their things. But once that person or that energy is brought into your space, whether it be through a reading, whether it be through a physical contact, whether it be through a phone, whether it be through any one of these circumstances, needs to be clean. It needs to be cleaned. Because if you're walking around and not doing this, I think that you're probably just doing it for money. You're not taking care of your client. You're not taking care of your home. And you're damn sure not taking care of yourself. But who am I to say? Well, while we're thinking about that, and when I come up to my next subject, have a listen to this.
Holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone, and that's no lie. Holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone. Yeah.
Sure you're unhappy.
I know you gotta be.
Can drive you out your mind. There ain't no sense in hiding. It's time for you to leave.
Time for you to leave.
Baby, that's the bottom line.
Oh, I bet you lie awake nights.
Never rest a bit. Wish it all would disappear.
Yeah, but still the bottom line is
To deal with it. And see yourself at least be fair.
instead of holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone, and that's no lie. Holding on. It's very hard to do when love's gone. Yeah, yeah. Instead of holding on, it's very hard to do when love's gone, and that's no lie. Holding on, it's very hard to do when love's gone. Yeah, yeah.
Sure you're unhappy.
I know you gotta be.
Can drive you out your mind. There ain't no sense in hiding. It's time for you to leave.
Time for you to leave.
That's the bottom line.
Oh, I bet you lie awake nights.
Never rest a bit. Wish it all would disappear.
Yeah, but still the bottom line is
To deal with it. To yourself at least be fair.
instead of holding on, it's very hard to do when love's gone, and that's no lie. Holding on, it's very hard to do when love's gone, when love's gone. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hold it on.
So very hard to do, so very hard to do, yeah. Oh, I said, hey, I said, listen to me now.
When you know when the feeling's gone,
You got to stop holding on, 'cause that makes it quite bad. You can't give a love that you don't have, so I drag on and on and on, on and on and on and on, yeah. Said that I'm holding on. It's so very hard to do when your love is gone, when your love is gone, yeah. Holding on.
Now that was Jeffrey Osborne with When Love Is Gone. I gotta tell you, this weekend, well, yesterday I believe, that one of my favorite singers passed away of brain cancer. And it is quite surprising because no one knew that he was sick. At least none of his fans knew he was sick. And just hearing of his passing made me think about how many times I had turned on these songs, danced, laughed, cried, or maybe even made love to. I tell you what, there were a million times that I heard some of these songs when I had been downtrodden, broken-hearted, or things like that. And I tell you that these were definitely not songs that you wanted to hear when you had a broken heart. So I say, with my deepest condolences to his family and friends alike, rest in peace, James Ingram. I'll be right back.
I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. 'Cause here we are back where we were before. Seems nothing ever changes. We're back to being strangers, wondering if we ought to stay or head on out the door. Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong? Why we never last for very long? What are we doing wrong? Just once, can we find a way to finally make it right? To make the magic last for more than just one night. If we could just get to it, I know we could break through it. I gave my all, but I think my all may have been too much. Lord knows we're not getting anywhere. Seems we're always blowing whatever we've got going, and it seems at times before we haven't got a prayer. Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong? Why the good times never last for long? Where are we going wrong? Just once, can we find a way to finally make it right? To make the magic last for more than just one night. Oh, we could break through it if we could just get to it just once. I want to understand why it always comes back to goodbye. Why can't we get ourselves in hand and admit to one another we're no good without each other? Take the best to make it better. Find a way to stay together. Just once, can we find a way to could just get through it just once. Oh, we can get through it just
And that was James Ingram with Just Once. Well, another thing that got everybody up in a roar today was the fact that I said, was I the only one whose ancestors, egos, spirit guides, and shadows dislike sage? Mind you, it was in no way an attack for anyone who uses that sacred herb. But I know for a fact that none of my ancestors like it or agree with it. And people decided to, say whatever they wanted to say about it. See, for one, I know that of the properties of sage, of white sage, to be exact, to the people it belongs to the rituals that go into using it. See, New Age has adopted this drug, this sacred plant. It has adopted it. Many have appropriated it. And they have made it the norm for people to start using it without the proper ways of handling it. But I am neither on that side or this side of that function. I am on the side that my spirits or my guides or the shadows, my egos, disagree with me using it. Maybe it has something to do with me not having any Native American ancestry that would stand up and say, hey, use this herb. This herb will help you. This herb will assist you. See, guys, we as humans need to find out our ancestral lineages. In which way do they run and go, and what things do these ancestors use before we put our hands into using something? It is not that hard to understand that these plants are sacred. I, as an Omo Chango, are certain plants that I cannot touch, use, or whatever, because they are a danger to me. And just because it helps someone else doesn't mean that it will help me. It is very simple. Before going into or touching or doing something, make sure that you know the spiritual properties of these things. That's all I'm saying. There is nothing more disrespectful than using someone's sacred herb for your own. There is nothing that says that you cannot use a multitude of other things that our ancestors use all commonly. Whether it be lemongrass, whether it be garlic, whether it be Florida water, ammonia, or your own fucking urine. Until you understand the properties of such herbs, I would tell you to leave them the fuck alone. But again, I am not on one side or the other of this. I simply stated that my spirits disagree with me using it. And as for Palo Santo, I have never used it. I really didn't know of it until about 10 years ago. And Lord knows I've been doing spirituality for the longest. But I do know that my grandmother used frankincense, myrrh, and church incense. That's all I have to say about that. And hopefully, no one got their underwears in a bunch. You're listening to It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere with little old me, Candelo Kimbisa. I'll be right back.
Yes, I understand that every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go on. Oh, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks just have one, yeah, others they got none. Stay with me, yeah, let's just breathe. Practice on my sins, never gonna let me win. Under everything, just another human being. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt. There's so much in this world to make me bleed. Stay with me, all I see. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Or if I did, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, I wonder every day as I look upon your face. Everything you gave and nothing you would take on. Nothing you would take. Everything you gave. Did I say that I need you? Oh, did I say that I want you? Oh, if I did, I'm a fool. No one knows this more than me. I come cleaner. Nothing you would take. Till I die, meet you on the other side.
Now that was Pearl Jam with Just Breathe. Today's short story comes from The Adventures of High John the Conqueror by Stephen Sandfield. It comes from August House and is a part of the American Storytelling Series. Master's Walking Stick. High John was, among other things, a fine fisherman. He knew where the fish lay, and he knew what had to be done to catch them. Old Master liked to go fishing with John now and then. They'd go down to the big pond under the live oaks, and Master would try to catch a few catfish himself. John and Master had planned to meet early one bright summer morning. John was already there behind the barn when along came Master. Of course, he had his fishing pole with him, but he was also carrying a brand new walking stick. The stick was polished almost as bright as a mirror. It had a shiny silver handle on one end and a shiny silver tip on the other. From the way he was swinging and flashing it about, you could tell Master was very proud of his new stick. John, however, didn't make any mention of it, at least not until they were settled on the bank of the pond with their lines in the water. "Say, Massa," said John, that's a mighty fine walking stick you've got there." "Why, thank you, John. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to take notice of it." "Oh, Massa, I noticed it right offhand. I mean, it's the only walking stick I ever seen with 3 ends." "3 ends?" asked Master. "What are you talking about, John?" "Well, I ain't talking about anything but 3 ends of the stick," John answered. "John, are you drunk or have you gone crazy?" "I am not drunk and I have not gone crazy, Master. But I can see clearly as the nose on my face that the stick has got 3 ends." "John, no stick has 3 ends." "Well, that one does," said John, "and I'll be willing to bet you a big fat hen that it does." So Master took a careful look at his walking stick, just to be sure. After all, John had been playing tricks on him for many years. This time, though, he was certain John was wrong. "Agreed," he said. "I'll bet you a hen that this stick only has 2 ends." "Agreed." With that, John took the stick and held it in front of him. He pointed to the silver handle and said, "This is 1 end, right?" "Right," answered Master. He pointed at the silver tip and said, "That is 2 ends, right?" "Right," answered Master again. Then John raised the stick over his head and threw it directly in the center of the pond, where it sank without a trace. "And that's the 3rd end of the stick, right?" said John with a twinkle in his eye. Old Master didn't know the answer this time. He knew that John had fooled him again, and that when they got back home, he'd have to give him a nice, plump, juicy hen. Again, these stories are from The Adventures of High John the Conqueror by Stephen Stanfield. Do yourself a favor, go pick it up while you're listening to this.
Catch me, don't hold out. freedom I found. Whoa, it makes you wanna shout. Throw your hands up, say hey. Dance the whole night till day. Sing those sad songs away. Live your life out each day. Hey, hey, ow.
That was Jermaine Jackson with Feeling Free. Well, let me tell you something, guys. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's listening to us in our chat line. I have Miss Nicole is sitting with us today, Miss Ifai Bayu, Miss Denai, Miss Yvette the Motown Witch, Miss Chantel, Miss Jennifer, and Miss Crystal. I love each and every one of you that is listening to us, whether you're listening to us in our chat room or whether or not you're listening to us wherever you may be listening to us from. I gotta tell you, Ifai Bayu will be in Omaha, Nebraska from the 7th to the 10th at the Conjure Shop. So do go check her out over there and go see her wonderful classes that she's giving. And she also will be performing readings there. And I have a big announcement for you. Charles Porterfield, yes, Professor Charles Porterfield will be joining me at Wicked Mojo on the weekend of the 22nd. We both will be giving classes there, giving readings, and meeting people from all over Georgia. Our last visit to Wicked Mojo was very productive, very enlightening, very fun, and very refreshing. So if you live in and around Atlanta, Georgia, or Conyers, Georgia, please do and come and check us out. We'll be there giving a meet and greet, doing our spiritual thing, giving classes, and last but not least, giving readings. So remember, on the weekend of the 22nd, Professor Charles Porterfield and myself will be at Wicked Mojo in Conyers, Georgia. We're also going to be holding a spiritual reunion. Yes, a spiritual reunion. Myself, Obadi Oba Chango, and several other people are getting together to do 2 spiritual reunions on 2 different days. Many people don't know what spiritual reunions are. In Spanish, we call them misas, mesa blancas, and things of that sort. It is a time when we all sit together, say certain prayers, and get to commune with spirit. So if you've ever been curious about this type of reunion, if you ever wanted to know what spirit has to say to you, do me a favor and hit me up on any one of my social media platforms or my email at candelokimbisa@gmail.com. You can check us out there and we will be communicating. We will be bonding. Sometimes we're even dancing with spirit. Take the time out to go and check us out in all these spots. We do have other appearances that we're going to be making. Hoodoo's and Moise is going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma in February. So do yourself a favor and go over to Hoodoo's and Moise's place and check it out on his social media page. So that's what we're talking about and what we're doing. Hopefully you guys will be joining us. I so do look forward to seeing some of you. And while we're doing that, let's make it clear, let's make it simple, that there ain't no stopping us.
Things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want you to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove.
a negative vibe. And if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together, gonna polish up our act well. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. No. We're moving, we're grooving. We're moving, yeah. We're grooving. Moving. Ain't no stopping us now. We wanna move.
Now that was McFadden and Whitehead with Ain't No Stopping Us Now. I gotta tell you, the comments and the things on my post today are off the chain. Again, guys, I try not to offend anyone. In my first spirituality, it taught me, and is beginning to teach me, that there are many roads to Ensambi. There are many roads that lead to Olodumare. There are many roads that lead to the presence of God, whether the God in the universe, whether the God inside yourself. So that means, shortly stated, that many religions, many spiritualities lead people to their higher self or higher beings. Meaning that I am no one to disgrace, speak down upon, or derail anyone's spiritual path. Whatever helps you, boo-boo. That's where I stand with that. And that's where you should stand with it. I've seen so many things in this lifetime, and I continue to see so many more. I dare not spit up, because when you spit up, it is more than likely to land back on your face. I'll be right back.
Shoot you down without warning when they see you shining bright. In case we don't meet the morning, the crown's on my head tonight. Let them come for me if they want to. Let my children know what that's about. Let them come for me if they want to. They gon' make them helicopters come out. None of them go high. None of them go high. Oh, they gon' make them helicopters come out.
Helicopters wanna chop us. Helicopters wanna chop us. Helicopters wanna chop us. Helicopters.
They gon' make them helicopters come out. I don't fuck around, don't play no game. I'm a lion king, oh, we my way. I got one eye open while I pray. Okay. If they come for me, it's boom, I hey. Chief gon' talk that shit like yeah. Walking up in that bitch like yeah. Niggas gon' get lit like yeah. But the chief don't run. I'll be here when you come out. They'll shoot you down without warning when they see you shining bright. In case we don't meet the morning, the crown's on my head tonight. Let them come for me if they want to. Let my children know what that's about. Let them come
I tell them boys don't run away. When the ghetto bird come round my way, I done seen them kill them in broad day. If I die today's my holiday. She gon' talk that shit like yeah, yeah. Walking up in that bitch like yeah, yeah. Niggas gon' get lit like yeah, yeah. But the cheat don't run. I'll be here when you come out. They'll shoot you down without warning when they see you shining bright. In case we don't meet the morning, the crown's on my head tonight. Let them come for me if they want to. Let my children know what that's about. Let them come for me if they want to. We gon' make them helicopters come out.
Helicopters wanna choppers. Helicopters wanna choppers. Helicopters wanna choppers. Helicopters.
We gon' make them helicopters come out.
Now that was Jadina with Helicopters Beware. I gotta tell you guys, as I've often told you, one hand washes the other and both wash the face. Well guys, I got two young ladies that follow our show and follow our podcast every day when we do come on. Miss Ifa Ibeyu from Love Supply Botanica and Miss Denim Ochun. I gotta tell you, I've seen lately a lot of people getting into the waist speed thing and how important they are and giving explanations of how waist speeds are used and done. But I can tell you that I put my trust in both of these young ladies and the work that they're doing. I also believe that the people that make these sacred, intimate objects should have clean hands and pure hearts. So if you want to, or if you're interested in waist beads, please do check out Miss Denim Ochun and Miss Ifa Ibeyu from Love Supply Botanica. Well guys, as always, may all the eguns and shadows that accompany you have all the necessary light. From where I, Candelo Kimbisa, sit, that's it. See you Friday.
Compliment what she does. Send her roses just because. If it's violin she loves, let them play. Dedicate her favorite song and hold her closer. The secret of romance. Sacrifice if you can. some moonlight to her. If there's one more star she wants, go all the way. In your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of death. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways. In your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of death. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways. You better believe it. Oh, love her today. Find 100 ways. I'm telling you to love her today. Find 100 ways. Oh, love her now. 100 ways. Yeah. You got to love her today. Find 100 ways. Love her today. Won't you find 100 ways? Yeah.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere was brought to you by Kimbisa.org, Danimal Tunes, Waste Beads, The Conjure Shop, and of course, the MotownWitch.com.